Hi, and welcome everybody to the Single Parents Group. I want to welcome everybody for coming in today. What I like to do is I would like to go around in a circle and have everybody state their name, how long you've been a single parent, and the ages of your child or children. We can start going this way. Ma'am?
My name is Antonia, and I've been a single parent for 2 months now.
Okay.
And my children are 1 and 4.
1 and 4? Okay, great. Well, we're really glad to have you here, Antonia.
My name is Tori. I've been a single parent for about a year now, and my son, he is 8 years old.
Okay, Tori, well, welcome to the group, and hopefully you'll be able to take something from this group.
My name's Shalisa. I've been a single parent for about 6 months, and my son is 3.
Okay, well, welcome, Shalisa.
My name's Laura, and I've been a single parent for about 6 months as well.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in today, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like I said, this is a single parents group. Throughout our session, we will be working on things that we deal with as single parents. The focus on today's group, however, is going to be things that we struggle with on a daily basis. But before we begin all that, okay, I want to go over some ground rules. First things first is confidentiality, okay? Just know that what goes on in this group stays in this group, okay? Just know that I am a mandated reporter. If you guys make claims of harming children or elderly or self-harm, I said I am a mandated reporter. I will have to report that. But other than that, everything what goes on in this room stays in this room, pretty much, okay? And also what I want to do, now that I kind of set that, I want to go around and kind of start with some ground rules, okay? Do you guys have any suggestions for ground rules that we can have as a group here?
I would say, like, everybody be on time and respecting each other and what everybody has to say.
So respect and being on time?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's excellent. Anybody else with any suggestions?
Be honest and candid.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
don't be judgmental.
Not judgmental, honest, candid. Anything else?
Just want to make sure we get out on time because I'm on a very strict schedule.
I understand. We'll try to stay on that schedule. So one of the things that we want to do is be here on time so we can leave on time. Okay? Maybe perhaps even turn off our phones. That way we can respect each other's time. How do you all feel about those ground rules? Everybody can just nod if you're in agreement.
Yeah.
In agreement? Okay. Well, I want to, again, introduce myself. My name is Mr. C, and I'm going to be the facilitator for the single parents group. Now, my role as a facilitator is that we ensure that we stay on topic, that we go ahead and respect each other's rules throughout the session, and also every now and then I might add some little educational insight to the single parents group. Okay? This group will meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. and it will be same time, same place. Does everybody agree with that? Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I like for you to do now is one of two things. First thing is I want everybody to verbalize. I want to go around and everybody verbalize what you have as far as an expectation for the group, what you expect to get out of a single parents group, and so if we started this time from this way, let's start this way. Laura, what do you feel like would be, and what is an expectation for you in the single parents group?
Well, this is my first child, and so I've been a single parent the whole time, and so far it's been, really hard and stressful, so I'm hoping to gather some ways to cope.
Okay.
Make
Parenthood,
things a little easier.
Absolutely. Parenthood can be a very stressful journey, and I'm glad you're here. Like I said, I feel like if we can all learn from each other, it'll strengthen our ability to become better parents. So thank you for sharing. Anybody else, the expectations for this group? Ms. Shalisa, would you like to tell me your expectations for the group?
I'm kind of like Laura. I also want to just know that I'm not the only one. And maybe just get advice from people who've been in it a little bit longer to tell me what I should be doing.
Expectations. Okay, good. Tori?
To learn from each other and, to be a support system for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's excellent. Anthony?
I would kind of say, going back to Laura mentioned, like learning some coping skills on how to continue on being a single parent, and also like what resources that would be useful.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. What I want to do right now, guys, is I want to get a mood check. See how everybody's feeling right now at this moment. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, okay, 5 being like you're super comfortable with this group, like you feel great about everything going on, or if you're 1 being a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy, where would you guys rank yourselves? Antonia?
I would say I'm super uncomfortable.
You're a little bit super uncomfortable? Okay, that's fine. That's normal feelings to have because we don't know each other. We haven't gotten to know each other yet.
Yeah.
So I totally respect the fact that you're able to verbalize that. Tori?
I would say it too. I mean, I'm the only male, of course, and some of the stuff I may have to say, the ladies might jump on me about. So, 1 or 2.
Okay. Shalisa?
I'm a 5. I'm an open book. It doesn't bother me at all. I just want to know. Just get to know everybody and talk to everybody.
Okay. Laura?
I'm probably like a 2 or a 3. It's just new, something new.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I want to also, I want everybody to take just 1 second, look around at each other. Okay. And I want everybody to understand that although we're all in different places in our lives, we're all going through kind of similar situations. So I want you guys to know that this is a support group, well, more like a therapeutic group for each other so we can support each other. And I want you guys to feel like you're not alone in all this. So what I want to do is just go ahead and jump into our first session. So what I want to do is the purpose of this exercise is to identify one pressing thing that's going on in your lives right now that you struggle with the most. Okay, just one, the most pressing thing. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. And what I want you guys to do is I want each one of you to take out a piece of paper. And I believe I gave each one of you a piece of paper before we started. Laura, for you. Actually, let me give you another piece of paper.
I've got a piece of paper
Okay,
for
here you go.
Hey, I know y'all heard about that movie that just came out.
No, what is it?
It's called Little, and I'm so excited. It's coming out tomorrow, and it's going to be so funny.
Oh my gosh,
I can't wait.
If we can wait till after the meeting and discuss movies, that'd be great. So we can stay on topic and respect each other's time.
Okay.
But I definitely want to check that movie out too. So, but yeah, if we could just stay on topic, and that way we can get out of here on time and make sure we're respecting each other's time. But absolutely. All right. So what I want you guys to do right now at this moment is to write down one pressing issue that you guys experience as a single parent, your daily struggle, something that you struggle with on a daily as a single parent. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to write that down. Something that you struggle with as a parent. And as you guys are writing, the purpose of this exercise is so you guys can get advice from your group members on how to, or suggestions on how to deal with situations that may be troubling for you guys, that maybe you guys are saying, well, man, I'm hitting a brick wall with this. I really need some additional help. Everybody here can give insight to each other's problems. So after everybody's done, are you done, ma'am?
Yeah,
Laura?
I am.
Okay, Shalisa, Tori? Okay. So what I would like for everybody to do at this time is take your paper and pass it over to the right, please. I'll take your paper now. And then pass it to the right. And what I would like for you guys to do now is to write down one suggestion that you would do, that you would have for that person's problem. Ma'am, I can hold your baby if you like for a second while you write that down.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. And after you guys get through with writing down that suggestion or advice that you would give, I want you to continue passing it to the right until you get your original paper back. Take about 2-3 more minutes, and we'll go. Does everybody have the original paperback?
Yes.
Okay. So what I would like for each of you guys to do at this moment is to break up into pairs. So Shalisa and Laura, I'll have you guys pair up. Tori and Antonia, I'll have you guys pair up. And what I want you guys to do at this time is share your issues and share the advice that your group members wrote as suggestions. And then I want you guys to discuss whether you guys think that that's helpful advice or not helpful. Okay, so we'll take about 3 more minutes with that. Okay, so break up into pairs, and we'll go from there.
So my issue is not with childcare, but I was my child in daycare. So I do try to
use family support system. Free time, set aside 10 minutes for yourself daily, no matter what, and set a budget to make sure you stick to it.
I get him there.
Childcare is a little hard, it's just not always on time. And
set the consistent.
like you have a job,
I really
take care of it.
just sleep
So
a lot.
it's stressful and it's hard.
Sleep a
And
lot.
then that's when I can't have that me time to kind of figure out what I need to do. And it's hard because I do need to like
time management.
work full time, work part time right now. But I mean, these suggestions are helpful because it's something I can think about and maybe I can kind of find daycare.
Set goals and
Mine
boundaries,
was disciplining my son.
makes to do
His
lists.
mom is kind of, she
You
lets
know, I
him
think
do
those are all,
whatever.
you know,
I think she
helpful.
does it.
I think maybe if I
She
saw it on
wants
paper,
him
maybe it would
to
help me,
like her
you know,
more and, lean towards her for stuff.
feel
So,
better about fitting everything in that I need to
feel
in a
like,
day.
I'm really
against
big on
her
making
to do,
things
the
I like to
same
check
thing.
off.
Right.
It's like a thing.
So that,
Yeah.
he doesn't,
That'd be helpful.
don't like me. Advice I got was set ground rules and I'm sure that with co-parenting. Talk to his mom and express my frustrations and also again setting the ground rules. My son plays with me.
Has everybody had an opportunity to share their thing that's troubling them and suggestions? Okay. So what I like for us to do is kind of go around. So what I want to do here is I'm gonna start with Shalisa. Shalisa, what was Laura's issue?
Her issue was time management.
Okay.
So some things that were suggested was for her to, get a calendar and plan, set goals and boundaries. I personally told her she should make a to-do list because I like to make to-do lists and I like to write it all down, and then as I do it, just keep checking it off and crossing it out, and it makes you feel like you've actually done something by the end. She said she felt like that was actually a good thing, and seeing it on paper might actually really help her. in the long run.
Right, absolutely. Laura, how did you take that advice? Did you feel like that was pretty good advice that your group members shared with you?
Yeah, I really do. I think Shalisa's right. Just, I was telling her that it just doesn't feel like there's enough hours in the day sometimes. But,
Absolutely.
if I saw it on paper and was able to cross off, what I need to do, that would probably, make me feel a little bit better and not so stressed out.
Absolutely. Sounds great. Laura, would you like to share what Shalisa what Shalisa's pressing issue was and like the advice that group members gave?
Yeah, so her problem is getting her son up and getting him to daycare, on time. And a couple of the suggestions were to get up earlier, time management, alarm clock, and then to set a consistent routine with time parameters. And I think probably out of those, probably getting up earlier, she explained that, that's hard for her. And so time management, alarm clock, but yeah, those are helpful. And setting a consistent routine, I think, that.
Clearly I use like an alarm clock and I try, but it's just really hard because I take medicine at night and I just can't sleep. And then sometimes I'm up until like 1 or 2 in the morning and I'm trying to go to sleep and it doesn't work. And then sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and I think maybe if I read or if I take a shower or something like that.
Shalisa, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like we're getting away from the topic at hand. Do you feel like the advice that your group members gave, do you feel like that's useful advice?
It's okay, but like to get up earlier. I know that it's just hard for me to get up earlier. And
Absolutely.
An alarm clock. I set it. I just press snooze.
Right.
But I get it. People just don't understand me.
And I think that feeling of people don't understand me, I think being in this group, you're going to learn that people here do understand where you're coming from. We all been in this situation as single parents before where we do understand how difficult it is to get up in the morning and how easy it is to hit that snooze button. So I think that your time here is going to be worthwhile, and I think you're going to take a lot from this group. Okay? On over here. Tori, would you like to talk to me about what Antonia's?
Yes, hers was child care, financial issues, and, trying to have, some me time. So, the advice that was given to her, is use her family as a support system. Also setting aside some, me time.
Some self-care time.
Yeah, maybe when a child is, sleeping, try to, get in what you got to do. And the last thing was, setting a budget and make sure you stick to it.
Right.
That may go along with using the family as a support system. Instead of sending the kids to daycare for 5 days, maybe you can do it for 3 and have, a family member watching the other 2.
But then you still have to pay for daycare even when I don't go, so I understand why you always want to send them.
Right. No, absolutely. Antonia, what do you think about that advice? What do you think about
I feel like some of it was helpful, but the family as a support system, like I shared with my partner, that my family's not really supportive. They're like, you have the kids, you need to take care of them, although like their father just left, still don't know where he's at, and that's difficult and hard because like it's all me, and like what am I supposed to do? And then me time, like with a 1 and 4-year-old, like one is always attached, one's running around the house. How am I supposed to I'm trying to keep up with both of them, and like childcare, thinking about resources of like they can go to daycare. Like I agree, like you still have to pay for them to go to daycare.
Absolutely.
So it's just a little frustrating, and still trying to learn like how to deal with the situation. I think setting a budget. I work part-time, I may watch some other kids or something to kind of bring in some more income. But it's hard to try to keep up with all the bills.
Absolutely.
By myself.
Absolutely. And I just want, thank you for sharing that. And I also want to kind of elaborate, like, this is my 5th year running this group, and I've had plenty of people that share their same sentiment about, setting budget and how difficult that is, especially with self-care with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. But I do want you to know that there are people that have dealt with it before, and there is hope. And even though it might not seem like it right now, there's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. And this is not, we're not going for perfection. We're going for progress. Okay? But I just want you to know that there are people that have been in your similar situation, and they've done pretty well with all this. So, what about Tori's? Tori? Can you tell me about Tori's?
Sorry. He talked about disciplining his son because his mother, bless him, kind of do whatever he wants to. And he talks about it's been hard, but the couple feedback he got was set ground rules for his son. Make sure you are co-parenting, not parenting against each other. And the other one is maybe talk to his mom and express your frustrations. And set ground rules, explain to your son while he's with you, kind of follow those rules.
Tori, what do you think about that advice and what your cohorts say?
I mean, I think it's, good advice. One thing that I really can't agree with is, talking to his mom and expressing my frustrations.
Well,
no offense, but his mom, reminds me of Shalisa. She's very, stern and, kind of, can have an attitude. So, I just don't know if I could do that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, disciplining your son, like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to discipline him and she does, or you do want to discipline him and she doesn't?
I want to discipline him, but she lets him do, whatever he wants to do. I mean, he stays up all night playing some game called Fortnite, and, when he comes to my house, I tell him to go to bed, and, he don't want to listen to me, because his mom just lets him do whatever.
Have you tried to talk to him?
No.
That's probably the problem.
And I think that I hear what you're saying. That's kind of what I was going to suggest. Have you ever tried to approach your ex-spouse about your concerns?
No, I mean, we have, we went through a bad divorce, and I feel like, she kind of hangs some things over my head, and really, we disagree on a lot of things, but, maybe I should, reach out to her and talk to her about this.
Right. Absolutely. So the purpose of this exercise, guys, was to kind of write down something that is pressing to all of us on a daily basis. And that way, whenever we're encountered or faced with the same scenario or similar situations, we can take this sheet of paper home and kind of look over it and kind of remind ourselves, like, listen, like, this is some of the advice that, group members that kind of going through the same thing have given me. And perhaps, it gives you guys like a little bit, it adds another tool to your parenting arsenal. Okay? So moving forward, what I like to do now is to do a mood check, go back and do a mood check and see how everybody's feeling after that exercise. Okay? So if I recall, Tori, you said you're at a 2?
Yes.
When we first started. Where would you feel like you're at right now?
No, honestly, probably, a 4. These ladies have actually helped me, get a little bit more confidence. So I feel better.
Feel better? Absolutely. Okay. Laura, could you tell the group how you feel right now at this time? I can't recall exactly what you rated yourself as before.
So I was at like a 2 or a 3.
Okay.
I would say I'm about the same as Tori, probably about a 4. Hearing everybody else's struggles kind of helps me realize I'm not alone.
Right. Absolutely. Shalisa?
I mean, I'm still a 5. Like, I'm comfortable and I'm fine. It's just, I feel like some of the things that were said weren't really helpful.
Well,
Mom, it's fine.
Good. And as we go along, as we go through other sessions, there's going to be other topics. There's going to be other things that we're going to talk about for the purpose of the group. So the purpose of this group is identifying something that we struggle with on a daily basis, and there's going to be other lesson plans. So although you might have not taken, you might have felt, I've heard this before, not really something that's groundbreaking. In the future sessions, you might hear something from one of the group members that can help you out. So I want you to continue keeping an open mind, staying at a 5 if possible. Okay? Antonia, could you tell me how you feel right now after the exercise and getting to share with everybody and getting to interact with everybody? Where would you rate yourself at between 1 and 5?
I feel much better. I would say like 4 or 5. I think it was helpful to kind of be here with other people and share some of the same instances about, single parents and kind of the things that they do. So I think it was helpful, and I'm at a better mood.
Good. Great. I am really elated to know that everybody's mood is a whole lot better than it is from where we started at. So just kind of recap what we went over. Everybody here got to introduce themselves, got to know each other, got to share how many children they had. We talked about the expectations for group, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We went ahead and did a mood check. We went around and did an exercise where we shared. We broke up into pairs. Okay. We got a lot of stuff done today. So we're coming to the conclusion of our session right now. All right. Is there anything else that you guys feel like you can that you guys may have questions or you guys are a little bit unsure about?
Mr. C, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You seem very knowledgeable. Are you a single parent?
I am a single parent. Yes, sir.
So how was your experience as a male?
It was difficult. Being a single father is not easy. But I also went through group sessions with other people that share their experiences as well. And I'm really elated to say that my son is now 18 years old and he's on the way to going to college. And although me and his mom do not see eye to eye, we really do a great job co-parenting for the benefit of our son. But it's not easy though. It's definitely very difficult. And much like you, I found it hard in the beginning to talk to my wife about it, my ex-wife. And so that's something that I had to get over. I had to get over that apprehension of talking to her because in the end, it's not about me, it's not about her, it's about our child. And so, but yeah, I also went through this as well. And that's why I feel really confident that you're going to be able to use a lot of these tools in the future.
So how did you co-parent? Did y'all go to games together?
We
Do you sit separately? I just don't understand how I'm supposed to do this as my son gets older.
Well, I got remarried, and as did she, and our partners were very understanding. Sorry, baby, did something really cute. Our partners were very understanding about the situation, about not making it about us, making it about the baby. So that's how we were able to It's not easy though. Yes, ma'am.
I think group is running overtime.
Yes.
So
we are.
I gotta, I have kids. And,
absolutely, I understand. So listen, we are coming to the conclusion of this group. Okay, so just remember, we meet here once a week, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Please be prompt. So we got kids. We're ready to get out on time. So please be prompt. I think everybody did a great job today during group session. I'm very proud of you guys for coming in. I hope to see you guys again next week. Okay, guys?
Okay. I have one last question.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
What are we kind of like next week? Or we're going to be talking about the same thing, and just kind of is it going to be a progressive group?
It's going to be a progressive group. So we're not going to necessarily talk about the same thing. We're going to come up with another topic. I'm going to come up with another topic for the group. So we'll come up with something brand new, new activities, new everything.
What if we kind of had like a suggestion
Absolutely.
to kind of talk to you?
Do you have a suggestion right now?
I know. I was just kind of wondering maybe if anybody else may have had a suggestion.
Absolutely. We're always open to new suggestions. We're an innovative group. Parenting is not black and white. So if you guys have a suggestion that could be beneficial to the rest of the group members, please bring it to the table. Absolutely.
Can I bring my son next week? I mean,
Absolutely.
She's got her baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I gotta apologize. I just didn't have anybody.
That's fine. You're more than welcome to bring your children.
Okay.
Like I said,
Do you think we could get like a sitter to help us? Like maybe come to the group?
Well, we can't get a sitter. Sitter, if you get a sitter, she has to sit outside the group. She can't sit inside the group. But you can definitely bring a sitter. They can sit outside the office, and we can definitely do that as well. You can bring your child to the group. And like I said, because I've been a single parent, been in a situation before, so I've had to bring my child to the group. So, anything else, guys?
No.
All right. Well, thank you guys so very much for being here today, and I hope to see you guys next week, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.